Welcome to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jenny Bellinger. Badass Direct Sales Mastery is a podcast for rock star direct sales moms who are determined to make their business kick ass. Jenny will share her knowledge of effective sales and recruiting techniques, tips to get what you want from your business, and will interview direct sales professionals and leaders from various companies. The interviews will give insight to how these rock stars got to where they are and where they plan to grow in the future. And now, the direct sales dom, Jenny Bellinger.
Welcome back to another episode of Badass Direct Sales Mastery. I'm your host, your direct sales dom, Jenny Bellinger, helping you whip your business into shape. Today, I have with me Jennifer Jones. Oh my gosh. And she is another one of our six-figure success series secrets. That's a lot of S's. I feel like a snake with all those S's. Anyway, Jennifer Jones is here with us today because she is not only a six-figure earner, she is a seven-figure earner over the totality of her network marketing business. And she regularly is doing multiple six figures in a year. So I want to share with you a little bit about her. Yes. Jennifer is the mother of dragons, top earner in network marketing, and the CEO and founder of Ignite and Launch Society, an affiliate mastermind, and host of the Launch Code with Jennifer Jones, a media coach at Hype University, and a health and wellness enthusiast. And, I'm so in love with it. I love the fact that she shares this in her bio, champagne aficionado, because anybody who listens and pays attention to me on social media knows that I'm into tequila and margaritas with my boyfriend Marcel. So
tequila aficionado for you.
Right, exactly. I'm a tequila taster. So Jennifer, welcome to the show. I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's a true honor. I have listened to you for many years. And so when that DM came through, I think we have a mutual friend, I literally almost passed out. So I've been a big fan. And this is truly a full circle moment for me. So I truly appreciate the time, Jenny.
Oh, Jennifer, I am honored. Truly, I fangirl over my fans as much as they seem to fangirl over me. Because and you know this now as a podcast host yourself, podcasting can be, it's very anonymous for the listener, right? So yes. I have no idea who's listening. Like all we get are numbers. You know,
exactly.
Apple, Spotify, whatever, they just send us numbers. But anyway, how did you get into the world of network marketing? Give us your beginner's story, and then we'll dig into how you got from 0 to 6 figures.
Yes. So it was 2017. It was something I swore I'd never do. I was never going to be one of those girls. I wasn't going to be a hey girl. I wasn't going to pressure family and friends to sell anything. I was 20 years into pharmaceutical sales. I was selling all day long, selling medicines to doctors. There is no way I'm selling anything at night. There is no way. After I had my fourth daughter, I started to think, gosh, you know what? Maybe there is something else out there for me, but I don't know what it is. I was convinced I was going to carry the bag of pharma forever. It's great money. It's flexible enough. And then out of the cosmos and onto my lap, dropped an opportunity in clean crafted wine. So I'm an affiliate with Scout and Cellar. I'm a consultant there. One of my old managers was pestering me for a meeting, pestering me. JJ, I have to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about something. I'm like, I had just buried my mom. Life was crazy. 4 girls under 5 in daycare, traveling a bunch, covering 3 states. She said, hey, I have something. I don't know how we're going to do this, but I think that this is something we can do. If it's like this organic, biodynamic wine, even better than that. I sat at the brunch with her. I was like, say less. I am in. This is something I know about. I am a health and wellness enthusiast, as you mentioned. This is something I can get behind. So I always tell people, if you're considering direct selling, social selling, and any affiliate type of situation whatsoever, it has to be something you can get behind with your whole entire heart and soul. So I was like, this is something I can do. So I signed up, had never tasted the product. The concept was provocative enough for me. The concept of a better for you. That's like the legal jargon we use. Better for you. Let's be obvious. Let's be honest. You should be drinking water all day, not wine, okay? But if you're going to drink wine, it is better for you. There is no debating it. And I just started running. I left my pharmaceutical job in 6 months, went full in, hardcore into this clean crafted wine and coffee. And it has opened up so many doors I could have never imagined. That's a longer answer than you were looking for, but I want your listeners to hear me say, It may not just be network marketing. It may be the doors, the direct selling, social selling, putting yourself out there open for you that you didn't even know existed. So keep that in mind as we talk through this.
Yeah, absolutely. Because had you told me in early 2010, before I started my own direct sales journey, that this is where I would end up because of getting into direct sales, which I had also was never, ever going to do. I'm a huge supporter of the industry. Like I grew up going to Tupperware parties and my mom would host those kinds of parties as a hostess. She never sold for anybody. So I was always willing to host a party, but everybody tried to recruit me and I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. But when the right opportunity presents itself at the right time, you can't say no. You feel like an idiot if you turn it down.
And you know what else I have to say is you had seen the industry before. So what I was lucky enough to see and have close contact with is leaders at different companies that were doing the damn thing. And this wasn't just grocery money for them anymore. For a lot of people, grocery money is enough. But even my neighbor across the street, I saw her pass 6 figures a year. People that I know on social media, people I went to college with, not at my company, at other companies. So like, I really have to thank the trailblazers, that went before that are like, we can actually make a legitimate business out of this. Like this can really, it's not just like, oh, it's only for those people. It can be for us. It can be for any of your listeners. It really is one of those things where the harder you work, the more potential, the more opportunity exists. And so if you are wanting to dive into direct sales, network marketing, whatever, and you want to know that it's really possible, like your dreams are really possible, just look at us. And I want to be the visionary for you and say, girl, I got you, or whoever. Like if you start running, this can happen for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So you jumped in, you got started. You have now, within 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
Hit 7 figures in your total earnings,
yes.
which I want to point out to people. This isn't sales. This is earnings, which means there's been probably multiple 8 and 9 figure in sales in order to hit.
I'm so glad you clarified that. And the other thing I love that you really focused on, this is career. So yes, I hit the top rank in my company by my 12th month, well into, 6 figures by month 12. But the key here, you guys, is sometimes in this industry, things are a little convoluted, right? And so it's really hard to see what's actually going on. So when people say, oh, I'm $1 million earner, is that monthly? Is that annually? Is that career? Or is that what your team's doing? Is that what you're earning? These are questions that I want you guys to ask and vet when someone's talking to you about their opportunity, their company, or what is possible. Just really clarify, because a lot of times it's not exactly clear. So I appreciate you doing that, Jenny. Yeah. And yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So in doing that, in that first year, how did you get, what would you say, maybe bullet point top 3 things that you did that got you from 0 to 100K ish?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
More than 6 figures in a year.
It was this one thing. It wasn't 3 things. It was one thing. It was talking to myself. It was talking to my avatar. I know avatar is a polarizing word for people, so call it whatever you want. Talking to like-minded people. So for me, in my career, I was surrounded by people who wanted more out of life, wanted more autonomy, wanted more money. They were hard workers. They also drink wine or coffee. They understand they need multiple streams of income. Our industry is very tumultuous, layoffs all the time, downsizing all the time. So these people are living in unstable environments, making great money, but knowing it could be over tomorrow. And that's the reality for most of us. And so by talking to myself every day, and I'm saying smile and dial, honey, I'd be driving 3 states all day. I had nothing but windshield time. And I'm calling everybody that I know, hey, I love wine and coffee. You love wine and coffee. You need more money. So do I. You're doing this today. You're starting right now. And the thing in direct sales, Jenny, most people think, oh, it's going to be $5,000 to start this company. It's going to be $10,000. For most of us in our company, it might be a couple $100. People have no idea how low the cost of buy-in is for these. And I would let them know, if you were going to start your own brick and mortar, you're looking at $250K. If you're going to start your own online business, you're looking at $25K minimum for website, funnels, all the things. So a couple $100, you have 0 risk, only potential reward. And it's something that you do anyway. So as you guys are looking at companies or considering companies, If it is something that you do anyway, it should be monetized. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So when talking to my avatar, I said those exact same things. Like I mentioned, more money, a product that you use anyway. There's tax benefits of opening a small business. I'll let you talk to my accountant. I am not an accountant. I don't want to be an accountant. I have a great accountant and bookkeeper. Highly recommend. You can call them, call Jenny's. Who cares?
Yep.
Vet what or Google it. Google knows. It just all makes sense. It all makes sense. And so that's how I found my first, 10 or 20 dynamos, is because they're just like me. So to your listeners, I say, who are you? If you are successful, then you're going to attract other people like you who will be successful because you speak their language, you talk the talk, you walk the walk.
Oh my gosh. I love, like, if people could see me right now, I'm like literally behind my microphone, like cheering, arms in the air, like, yes, go Jennifer. Do you prefer JJ? Do you want me to call you JJ?
Everyone calls me JJ. Yeah, but thank you.
You are never going to freaking believe this. Guess what my nickname is?
JJ.
Yes, because my given
It's
Christian
JJ.
name is Jennifer Jean.
Okay, it's the JJ show today.
It's the JJ show today. Anyway, so I'm sitting here cheering you on, JJ. Like, oh my God, yes, because that's how I became so successful when I was with Park Lane Jewelry. Was I went and found the people who were like me. They maybe didn't look like me, but they had the same ambition, work ethic. They were they were coachable. For me, that was key. They were coachable.
And they have the same scars, like, from life, right? From business, from career. And, when you're saying people just like you, Jenny, let's remember most of my people, and I think you would probably say the same, didn't come from social media. So it's not like I'm posting and praying or casting this wide net on social media. Join my team, build your dream. No, the exact opposite. It was, you guys can't see me, but I'm holding up my phone, smile and dial. That is how it gets done. It is talking to the people, and they couldn't be strangers. They could be referrals. I was like, oh, I know you worked at XYZ company. My friend Ellen told me you'd be great at this, Like, that is how you leverage your network. And it really, for me, I couldn't post on social media about my product because I would be terminated by my company. So, my day job. So it was all done after hours, and it's totally doable.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the key is because I was not necessarily picking up the phone and calling people. For me, it was networking. I was out doing the do, and I was putting out, when I would go speak at the chamber, for example, because I would go, do a presentation about, they had a thing where you could go present about your business at Business Over Breakfast. And I went and presented, and I brought the collateral. I brought the brochures from the company that had the information, and literally had people come up to me afterwards going, I feel like I could do this. I feel like this is something that I could do. So I was networking like crazy, but it was smile and network, right? Find what works for you. And so in your case, it's pick up the freaking phone. I know it feels like it weighs 500 pounds, but do it.
Exactly. And the other thing I'll really plug on here is LinkedIn. So I think network marketers are not using LinkedIn enough. I actually have a free training that I provide. You guys just hit me up if you want it. LinkedIn 101. Totally free for you. It's going to teach you everything you need to know about LinkedIn. But that is basically like sitting at a virtual wine bar or coffee shop with hundreds of thousands of people who are also in careers just like yours. And you literally just plop down next to them and start talking. So that's kind of a side note. But to your point, Jenny, your network is your net worth. So maybe it's not smile and dial. Maybe it's not belly to belly doing chamber events like Jenny, but you can be on LinkedIn. That is like the lowest common denominator, and it pays well.
Exactly. And LinkedIn is free. Like, a lot of people will ask me, should I pay for LinkedIn? No, you don't need to pay the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, blah, blah,
The
blah,
premium.
blah, blah, blah.
No. You absolutely don't. I don't have it. And I have 30,000 LinkedIn connections like that. Right. I could write a check because of LinkedIn. The one thing I will tell you is if you want it, do it for free. Set a reminder in your phone to cancel it on day 28. Okay. Because then 2 months later, they're going to give it to you for free again. So you can get back in for free, cancel on day 28. You guys don't want you making money, not spending money. No, yeah. LinkedIn free. Perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. But you have to have a process. You have to have a system that you can follow. Because a lot of people go, well, if I just get on LinkedIn, am I going to make money? No, you need to know what it is that you need to do. Your profile has to be set up in such a way to attract people. You have to be posting regularly, blah, blah. Like there's a lot of different things that go along with it. But yes.
I think it's called work, right, Jenny?
Right.
You got to work it, which like so many people don't want to do. They don't want to put in the work. They just want the people to miraculously find them on an Instagram For You page. It's not going to happen. Put in the work.
Yeah, exactly. And because, I mean, how many of us have heard the quote, you know, the only place where success comes before work is in the dictionary, right? Because it's alphabetical, you know, but what cracks me up is that we're talking about doing the LinkedIn stuff as being work. But here's the thing. If you like people, if you love your product and your company and the opportunity that it provides for people, I promise you, it doesn't feel like work. That's what's crazy. I freaking love networking. I love people and I love the outcome that I provide for my coaching clients. So what I do every day to network, what I do every day to reach out and connect with people and put out amazing content on, I use Facebook because that's where most of my people are. But I'm going to be looking into doing more on LinkedIn.
Well, we're of a certain age.
Yes.
We're of a certain age. Our people are on Facebook. That's the reality. There's nothing wrong with it.
Really? Exactly. Yeah. So, but the content that I'm putting out there doesn't feel like work. It feels like fun. It allows me to connect with people and suddenly people see me in a different light or whatever. So it doesn't feel like work. I have fun with it. I love it.
Also, last plug for LinkedIn, because you're Facebook too. Like LinkedIn is usually zero drama, no political posts. You know, it's just uplifting and fun. Yes. So if you guys are like teetering, like, I don't know if I belong over there, I say give it a month and work it. And I bet you'll get all the good feels. It's a drama-free place where people just lift each other up. So anyway, I am not paid for by LinkedIn. This is not sponsored by LinkedIn. I'm just trying to give you guys another, because I spent time on Threads, I've spent time on all the other platforms. But for me personally, my avatar hangs out at Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and LinkedIn. So that's my shit.
And let's keep digging into this avatar thing because you are not the first person that I've talked to about this. I've actually interviewed Kay Miller, who is the author of Uncopyable Sales Secrets. And she talks about in that book about finding, she calls it a moose, right? What's your moose, right? And
I like it.
So if you don't like avatar, fine. Go with Kay Miller's moose, right? Who's your moose, right? Because it's very identifiable. Moose look very different from other mammals, right? You can identify a moose by looking at it. So when you know your ideal client avatar, because I know who my people are not, right? My people are not, my moose is not turned off by BDSM. In fact, they like you, find it the tongue-in-cheek hilariousness of BDSM and they get the freaking joke.
It's so clever. Oh yeah, 100%. But isn't that beautiful though, that just by being you, Jenny, you can repel the people that you don't want. It's like I always say to my team, like, be a little polarizing. Nobody buys from vanilla. Nobody trusts a vanilla person. Like, so if you're all things to all people, then no one's going to buy anything from you because they don't trust you because you're not authentic. So like Jenny, like it is a little bit of a risk, but it's a risk that's paying off for you 10 times, I have to imagine. So for me, people know how I feel about a lot of things. Like I do not hold back because what it does is it brings the person closer to me and repels those. And I'll give you an example. So like, I like to tongue-in-cheek make fun of my pharmaceutical sales industry on LinkedIn. Creepy manager ride-alongs, meeting at Panera for breakfast every morning at 8 a.m. Like all the things that we hate that are the pain points of my avatar. I like to poke fun. I poke the bear a little bit. It makes some people really irritated because it triggers them because they're caught on the hamster wheel. But what else it does is it brings the people who are open-minded, who are like, wow, maybe I can do it too, a lot closer. So exactly what you're saying. I don't want to be all things to all people, and I certainly don't want to be vanilla. I want to be like some multifaceted, technicolor person, and that brings more people to me.
Yes. I mean, that really is the key, is really being yourself. We talk about being authentic. People talk about authenticity all the time. And yet they're still wearing this mask in front of everybody else, trying not to turn somebody else off. But here's the thing. When you turn somebody off, there's someone else who gets turned on by what you're putting out there. And yes, I am using those on purpose.
Of course you are, because your avatar is here listening to it. It's hilarious. So, it's so clever. So the other thing I think about too, and I see this all the time, and I'm like, let's just go back to like anything social media or anything you've ever said or anything you put in a DM or anything. I see people put their authentic selves out there and then go back and delete it because somebody didn't like it or someone argued in the comments or whatever. And it could be about something as mundane as collagen. I'm part of another direct sales company. I love their collagen, okay? Collagen can be controversial, you guys. Like, people have opinions, you know. And I've seen people go back and retract statements or retract posts because of what somebody else said. And there is nothing more weak and feeble and grow. You know, I'm like, just be who you are, but turn it up a little bit. I tell my team every day, I want you to be your authentic self, but I want you to be you after you've had 2 espressos. That's the version of you I want. I don't want the sleepy, okay, I'll use a term for you. I don't want the flaccid, feeble, person. I want someone who is turned up. That is who I'm looking for.
Yes.
So become that person 100%.
Yeah. And part of the thing that I think holds people back is fear. Like, what if I'm me and people don't love me? Let me tell you guys right now, there are people out there, I think they're crazy and all their taste is in their mouth, who don't love me, but that's okay. I'm not for them and they are not for me.
And it's a beautiful thing. We don't all want to be similar, and there's some of like the people I like idolize in this industry, 100%. Like, I put them on this pedestal. I don't agree with everything they think. They can say something that's like super polarizing. I'm like, oh my gosh. Actually, I'll give you an example. A friend of mine, Colleen Nichols, No Shame Sales Game. She and I could not be more in disagreement on certain things in life, but I still absolutely adore her, love her as a person. I'm on a mastermind with her every Monday morning. So my whole thing is like, and she doesn't agree with me, but we still respect each other, you guys. And like, I know this is kind of going down a different road, but my point is, put yourself out there and be fearless. I mean, she's a business owner. She's got this huge thing kicking going. She has a lot to lose by being her authentic self. She has a lot to lose, but more to gain by being her authentic self and whatever that.
Yeah. And I want to tell you, for anybody who's going, okay, yes, I feel like I can be authentic. What I want to tell you is the number of people who will come up to you privately. They will send you private messages. They will send you text messages. Like, the number of people who reach out to you, the number of people who reach out to me and say, just because I am who I am authentically, and I put all the things out there, the good and the bad. If you go look at my Facebook profile, everything about me is public with the exception of my children. You have to be my Facebook friend to get access to anything about my kids, but everything else about me, every post I make is public. Every single one of them, because I'm out there. Like, I want the good, the bad, the ugly. Like, now I'm not bringing all my dirty laundry to Facebook because dirty laundry belongs in a hamper, not on Facebook. But I will talk about the days where I am having a less than fantastic day. I will talk about the shit that's happening in life, right? Like, I have no problem with that. But I think what has happened is because of every aspect that I've shared about myself, that I'm ADHD, that I am part of the LGBTQ community, that I am a spokesperson, an expert in the direct sales, network marketing, and MLM industry. People have come to me and said, thank you. Because you post about X, I can be more of me that also fits in with that, whether it's direct sales, whether it's the LGBTQ or anything else in that.
And I'll take that and run with that thought, because now you've got my blood really pumping, because, take the person that Jenny is, and Jenny joined a network marketing company, a direct sales company. So now other people like Jenny feel like, well, if she can do it, maybe I can do it. So like putting myself in that example. So like pharmaceutical sales reps, you guys, they're like chained to their car all day. They have to make 10 calls a day. Someone's watching them. They're tracking them on their tablets. Like, they're tracking them like a GPS. Okay. They don't think anything else is out there for them, but because I did it and I'm loud and proud about it, and I can be tongue in cheek like you, I can poke fun. I can have a little sizzle, make it a little interesting, be a little provocative. People think, wow, maybe I can do it. And I can't tell you how many people on my team have been like, I was trapped in a job and I thought I had to stay there forever because it was good enough. It was fine. It was good enough, but I didn't know more was out there for me. So you guys, no matter what you're doing, and I don't care if it's not network marketing, no matter what you're doing, do it bigger, because you may help a lot of other people that are feeling small, and you go first, just like the people that went before me and started crushing in network marketing. I'm like, damn, she can do it. Maybe I can do it. Be that person for somebody else.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think I just found the title for this episode.
I love it.
Because, as you know, the title of the episode always comes from the brilliance that pops out of my guest's mouth. So, because I think that's a really important piece here is be that person for somebody else, because every one of us has that story that, we got into the industry because someone gave us permission to, right? Maybe not verbal permission, but we saw because the person who sponsored us is doing this, or we saw the neighbor or whatever. That's what got us into it,
Or maybe you see it and you want to do it differently. Maybe you see all the things about an industry that you don't like. So you can be the person to show up differently and rewrite the story for other people. Because let's be honest, like back in the 80s, 90, like Amway, 2000s, like people are like, oh, this is multi-level marketing pyramid. If I hear it one more time, right? So I'm like, part of me also, and you told me I could plug my podcast. So Launch Code is where I have top earners across every network marketing company come talk to me, tell me how they did it. Not unlike this conversation. But the thing is, I want to highlight people from every single company because there is a company for you out there somewhere. There is a company. And if we all come together and truly elevate the entire industry of network marketing, direct selling, social selling, whatever, we're all helping each other out. Because the reality is whatever happened in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s, like that is so dusty and old. Like the community has evolved so much from the way things used to be when they were selling like phone plans and energy, all the stuff. And so now like the opportunity is real for anybody. I don't care if you're into fitness or health or clothing or jewelry or products or bedroom products, or I don't care. Like there's something for you in this industry. So come and have some fun with us. Maybe you'll make some money.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I want to point out there's literally something, every product, every service that you can think of is out there. I swear every single month I get introduced to a new company or a new product that I'm like, that's MLM? Really? Okay.
I just heard of one this morning. It's travel company. Have you heard about, now there's travel. Okay. So that was new to me. I'm like, wow, that is so cool. And then like the blood sugar monitors, like that's a whole, so yeah, just do some digging, just use Google, do some digging and you'll find something. And again, maybe it's not even about you. Maybe it's what you can do for other people, because the best thing about this industry, in my opinion, is that I don't get to the top or make good money without helping a lot of other people meet their goals and crush their goals. You cannot do this alone. So, and I am at the top and I'll always be at the top, but that means I have several hundred people who are also crushing. I can't do it alone. And so whenever someone's like, oh, well, in my safe corporate job, blah, 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 like it literally drives me nuts. I'm like, this is so much more opportunity for anybody, regardless of race, history, where you went to school, if you were in a sorority, like it's such an equal playing field for everybody. It is the most fair, in my opinion, way to work business. And anyone is welcome. Anyone is welcome. Doesn't matter who vetted you, anyone is welcome. So come join us and let's have some fun and make some.
Oh my gosh. If people could see me, I'm like back here, like cheering you on, going, yes, right on the nose. This is perfect, because it really is this open opportunity for people. And I think a lot of people prejudge the people in their network that they're going to have that conversation with, and they don't even offer them the opportunity. Now, conversely, here's what's interesting. When I do my sponsoring masterclass, I teach people, we offer the opportunity, we put it out there for everybody. Think of sponsoring and recruiting as like a hiring process, like you would in corporate. They have to put it out there on all the places to say, hey, there's a job opportunity available, right? They have to, like literally by law, they have to. Now, we as network marketers don't have to, but if you want to fill your funnel of potential recruiting prospects, you've got to let people know that there's an opportunity. Now, here's the thing. Do you have to take everyone? No, because not everybody is meant for you.
So I always tell my team, I want you to cast a very wide net with a laser focus. So you're laser focused on you, but you're offering it to anybody. But the more you talk to you and just you with a laser focus, the more you're going to attract other people. Well, I'm not a pharma rep, or I'm not a recruiter, or I'm not a teacher, or I'm not an accountant, but you're an accountant, but I'm not an accountant. So can I still do this? And then all of a sudden they're in. So like putting a laser focus doesn't repel people. It actually attracts more people. But exactly what you said. I want everyone to feel welcome to join, but I'll handpick who I want. And I'll do my best to repel the people that I don't want, because the last thing I need to do is like be hauling dead weight around. I got to cut the fat. I got to cut all that out. So I don't do that.
Absolutely. And sometimes the opportunity is there. And I've had this conversation with other people who are in network marketing where they actually pass a potential recruit to somebody else because they know that they're a better fit for that leader. Like they're going to have more success because they are more aligned.
100%. Like they're more mentally, or the color scheme. You know, we always have like Herman Holbrain or DISC or all those different ways of personality typing people. And I completely agree with that. For me personally, I do it more based on geography. Like I want people to have a local team in their specific geography. I think that they do 5x better if they can be aligned with someone in the same state for whatever good reason. But no, I completely agree. And I think the other thing, you know, to kind of piggyback with what you were saying with network marketing is when you tell someone that opportunity is uncapped, and we have to be really careful how we phrase this in our industry because the FTC gets super weird about it. So, but like opportunity being uncapped, like is very interesting to people who are used to, you know, just being in those day jobs where this is what I make every year. I'm a teacher. I make $45,000 every year. Next year, I'll make $46,000. The next year, I'll make $47,000. Knowing that they can have an untapped opportunity, that they can work how, when, where, why, that they want. I think that's something we don't talk about enough, while offering it to anybody, being like, this is for you on your terms, how you want it. Like it is 100% you're driving, like you are driving the bus. And I think that makes people feel a lot more comfortable, because I think anyone's fear, Jenny, is getting in and failing. Which, what is failure? No one knows what failure is. For me, I think you only fail if you quit, if you walk away. But like no one else is watching you. No one else is like stack ranking you every Monday morning based on sales or team building or whatever. It's totally anonymous and autonomous. And there's no other businesses like that. And so, like I said, I don't care. Don't join my company. Just find a company. Just find a company and do something with it. Give it 3 months hard, you know, let's kind of reevaluate. But I'm just a proponent for the industry. The industry is unlike anything else that's out there. Unequivocally, in my mind, the best industry, the best way to make money, earn money, generational wealth for your family is network marketing, direct sales, and whatever you call it.
Oh my gosh. Yes. And I want to pull out one thing that you just said there, the generational wealth. Okay. Because I am literally now in talks to bring someone into the Six Figure Success series who is a second generation legacy business owner for the company that she's with, because her mother started in the industry. And when she passed away, she left it to her daughter.
Nobody talks about this.
And let me tell you, all that this gal had when her mother passed away was, like in the instructions was, make sure that this much goes out in your personal volume. Make sure that there's this other number coming here in order to keep your income. That's it. Like her mom didn't even say, here's how to go run the business. She never trained her how to go run the business, you know? So it's this very interesting setup that she's the first person I've talked to who's a legacy business owner and has now decided to work the business.
I can't wait for that conversation or to meet her. And that's the thing no one talks about. So like if you die, your corporate job's going to replace you next week. If you die
and your family doesn't get anything outside of life insurance.
100. Yeah. Maybe the life insurance, which we'll even see how that works out. But here, yeah, it's transferable on death to somebody else. So my kids, my husband, whatever. So again, we never, ever talk about that. And I don't know, probably because nobody wants to die, but we have to think about those things. And that's just another reason. That's reason 5,792. This is the best industry in the world.
I mean, come on. And the training is there. Everything is there so that your family can take it over. And so, you know, the fact that the industry has now officially been around long enough that these second generation people are starting to come in. And I'm willing to bet there's probably someone, I just haven't met them yet, who's maybe a third generation person. But the fact that I'm now starting to meet second generation, you know, legacy business owners is amazing, because the number of people who tell me that the reason they're getting into the industry, the reason they started their business is because they wanted generational wealth. They wanted something that they could pass down to their kids, but are they doing the work to turn it into a business that their kids want to take over?
So let me tell you what I'm doing with my kids. I have 4 daughters, 13, 11, 10, and 8. I want them in network marketing as soon as it's humanly possible. Okay. As young as possible. So what I'm gathering, you have to be 18, you can sell athleisure, whatever. I'm already like, the minute they turn, they're getting in on this. Like, I don't want them going the traditional route. I don't want them going and suffering in a desk job or whatever that I did. I want to open all the entrepreneurial doors for them so they can have it different. They can have it better. And the only way that's going to happen is by me modeling this behavior for them, right? So yeah, I mean, like, we're even debating. I'm like, oh my gosh, is college, by the time my 13-year-old goes to college, is it even going to be a thing anymore? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know if it will be. I don't know if it's going to be important anymore. I can't tell. But the point is, start earning immediately. And this is one vehicle of hopefully many that they're going to have. But again, work for yourself when you want. No creepy bosses.
Absolutely. Well, let me point out one thing. If you haven't listened to the episode that I did with Devin Woolwind, so 15-year-old, when I talked to him, I think he's 16 by now, and he got into real estate investing. And so he's written a book called, I think it's called Garage. And that is it's a story that teaches entrepreneurship to kids through a story. Like it's a story. So kids can read that book. Your 13-year-old can read it. Your 8-year-old can read it. You can read it to them every night while they're doing dishes, however you want to do it. Highly recommend that book for your kiddos if you haven't already gotten it for them. And I'm saying this to everybody. And no, I'm not an affiliate. I just think the book was that good.
I'm looking it up as we talk. I'm looking it up as you talk right now. I'm all about it. And the other thing too is, like, I truly, with my daughters, and like, they see what I do every day. It's definitely a lot of work. And I want to really put like something out there. I have so many moms nowadays. They're like, I don't want my daughter to see me on my phone, or I don't want my daughter to see me working. I go, well, do you not want your daughter to work, or your son, or whatever your kids? Like, my kids, it's fall break right now. They're in the other room doing whatever they're doing. Because they know mom's in here working. I mean, this is fun work, Jenny. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I am not afraid to let them see me on my phone at night or doing whatever, working, because it allows me the flexibility to be with them. So yeah, mom can go back and get an office job. I'll be gone 8 to 8 every day, or 8 to 7. No, you can see me we can cohabitate while I'm working. So I think especially for women, and again, having 4 daughters, like, I want them to see me work. I want them to see me hustle. Like, this isn't just kumbaya. The money doesn't fall from the sky. Like, I earn it. So they will then in turn know they have to earn it. They're not going to rely on somebody else. So I think there's this weird, like, and it's not the anti-hustle culture, Jenny, but it's just this weird thing where, like, oh, I want to be present with my kids. You can be present with your kids and cut out a couple hours for work. It's just, sorry. I mean, I'm very passionate.
Yes. No, it's not the end of the world for your kids to see you on your phone, right?
This is the moneymaker right here, honey. I'm holding up my phone. This is the moneymaker. This is how you got those Lululemon shorts, okay? Yeah. This right here.
Yeah. Just put boundaries around it, y'all. Like, don't only be on your phone. That's the issue. Like, I think people miss those little things that make it different, you know? And it's, yes, you can absolutely. So when I'm doing certain things on my phone or doing things on my computer, my kids will come down from, you know, on the weeks that I have my kiddos, they'll come down, they'll see that I'm on a Zoom, and they understand, but we have processes set up in place so I can still stay connected with them. Because I'm also homeschooling my kids now. So there's ways around this, y'all. And yes, I'm also big time into showing my kids entrepreneurship, because my kids have never known me to have a regular job.
I love that. And I think, Jenny, I'm getting close to where my kids won't remember mine. Like, I'm like, do you remember me, like, throwing you in daycare and I was in suits and heels and I was like pitting out, you know, I was sweating, you know, I just throw you in there. Yeah. I'm close to them not remembering that and only remembering me being present 100% of the time while building a dynasty, while providing opportunity for others, you know, and I'm really hoping that sticks, and I believe that it will. So good job to you, Mom, for sure, for doing that.
No, thank you. And I think your kids are... The nice thing is my kids, because that's all they remember, is this is what they know. And so they are looking at entrepreneurship opportunities for themselves already, especially with the homeschool situation. Like, they're done with school by like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They're like, what do I do with the rest of my day? You know, so they're looking at starting YouTube channels and how can I get paid for my art? And how can, like, I'm like,
yes, those little steps in the right direction. I have my 11-year-old selling her sourdough at a farmer's market here. And it's that little thing. And now we talk branding, and now we talk packaging. I don't know. Can we ship it? Can we not ship it? It's just these little dips of their toe into the entrepreneurial while they're protected, right? Yeah, it's going to mean the world. I hope so.
I might have a connection for you, local to
boy.
you. Oh
your
my gosh.
Your network is your net worth, Jenny. I believe you.
I have a connection for you where your daughter might be able to sell her stuff. Oh my God.
Let's do it. We'll chit chat. But again, you guys, we're chatting, we're getting to know each other. This is where connections for business are made. So get out there in your communities and get belly to belly. Like you were saying, like go and be around other people and just be human and magic happens.
Love it. Yes. All right. So you, Jennifer, I'm going to have you back because I feel like we could dig into so many of these topics. So this is an overview of Jennifer's plan for people to hit six figures, right?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
No, that's totally fine. That's what we want, right? And what it really came down to was, like you said, it's the smile and dial, right? It's the have a conversation. But there's so much more to that. It smile and dial sounds simple, but there's nuance to that. There's information on that. So what you have offered so kindly is you have a like you said, a mastermind called the Ignite and Launch Society.
Yeah, let me tell you guys just a little bit about it.
Yep.
So you guys, you can come into Society. We're going to offer you a really generous discount today. And it tells you everything about how to launch or relaunch your direct sell, social selling business, whatever. So whether you are brand new or you've been doing it for 6 years and you feel a little dusty, honey, if you feel a little dusty, come on in. We're going to talk to you about how to do B2B, B2C, get out of your warm market, into your cold market. We're going to build lead generation. We're going to build funnels. We're going to attract new people to you. We're going to do all the things in Ignite and Launch Society. So just go to www.igniteandlaunch.com. Check it out. If you're interested in joining, don't join there. Send me a DM. Jennifer Schultz Jones on Instagram, Jennifer Schultz Jones on Facebook, Jennifer Jones on LinkedIn. Jenny, maybe you could put it in the show notes. Send me a DM so I can knock $50 off your membership, and then we'll get you in and get you situated in all of our systems. And then there's also a live one-to-one coaching with me every Wednesday at 11 Central Standard Time. So check it out if you're interested. Find me, let's connect, and I'll make it worth your while.
Yes. And make sure that you let her know that you heard her here on the Badass Direct Sales Mastery podcast.
100%.
So she knows to give you that wonderful discount. Be like, I heard you on BDSM. And she's going to be like, I got you. Right. So that's your quote unquote. I'm going to put air quotes around this, guys, because you can't see me. That's your coupon code. Okay. BDSM.
Jenny, are you doing the whole like DM me BDSM right? Like, the AI, like, yeah. So if you guys do that, first of all, I know I like you because you know Jenny, so we'll be fast friends. And second of all, I'll give you the discount.
Yes, absolutely. So that way she knows that you're coming from this spot, so she can get you the discount and not have to worry about any of that. So, JJ, this has been amazing. Oh my gosh. I feel so energized. I'm like, if I didn't have the conflict of interest thing with my coaching, I'm like, I want to go do this now. Like, I'm ready. Let's go. Right. So if you guys aren't ignited by now, you should be.
We don't live that far for each other. So we have to meet belly to belly at some point soon.
Oh,
but have me on. You guys are going to see Jenny on my podcast, Ignite and Launch, very soon. I just have to find a way to get into her schedule. She's a busy lady. We're going to make that work. And otherwise, I just really appreciate the time, you guys. Follow me and my network that's going to watch this. Make sure you're following her. It is spice and fun and all the good vibes. I love what you put out there, Jenny. So thank you.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. And yes, as JJ mentioned, we have all of the links to all of her socials. So whatever your preference is for your social media platform, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, we have all three links down below in the show notes. If this is your first time listening to the podcast and you're like, show notes, what are show notes? Grab your phone, click on today's episode. You'll see Jennifer's beautiful picture, JJ's beautiful picture. Scroll down below that and you'll see all the links. Connect with her and let her know. Again, I heard you on BDSM podcast. I want in on the Ignite and Launch Society. So JJ, thank you for this amazing, motivational, inspirational episode. I'm so freaking excited.
Back at you.
And oh my gosh, yes. And Badass Crew, you know how this goes. Stay tuned because there is another badass episode on its way.
Thanks for listening to the Badass Direct Sales Mastery Podcast with your direct sales dom, Jenny Bellinger. Why are you waiting to go to badassdirectsalesmastery.com? Don't make the dom get her whip. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to share it with another rock star that you know in direct sales after you subscribe to the podcast so you won't miss any future episodes. You can also check out the show notes for links and any contact information mentioned in today's episode. We'll see you next time.